Business is what facilitates our society. Business is what keeps the economy running, and it is very important for businesses to do very good. Now, before you take my advice, you need to know who I am. Otherwise, it's going to be like somebody just giving medical advice. So, my name is Rahat. I am also from the migrant business community, and when I was coming on my way, I tried to take a few things. Some businesses that I'm running here in Hobart, just the ones in Hobart, not the ones elsewhere. And thank you. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. If you need more, we will have more. So today I want to talk to you and see if we could ignite the fire of business inside of you. And that's why when Jade suggested me the topic, can someone start a business in 30 days?
I didn't ask, you said you did.
Yeah, like we were discussing and we were like, yeah, something could be interesting like that. But at the same time, another thing that one of the previous speakers mentioned, which is actually established data, 90%, if not more businesses, close down within the first year. So that's a big problem. Now, we want to start a business. How could it last? So, this is a great tool by Alexander Osterwald. He wrote a very beautiful book. He's one of the guys in visual thinking, design thinking. It's a canvas that shows you where to put a value proposition, what customer segments to target, what channels, what customer relationship you could build, and where the money is coming from. And then actually later on, a lot of other works have happened. So there's another meeting, you could write it down. It's called Lean Canvas. So if someone is starting a startup business, I would recommend checking and trying your idea on a Lean Canvas. Why? Now, let's say you want to build a house or build a car, and maybe you make the car. I heard that when Henry Ford made the first car, after making it, they saw there's no reversing. And then let's say you build a house and the house does not have windows or something like that. Business are just as the same. So if you already have made something, what would happen is, if you have to break it down and do it again, it takes a lot of resource, it takes a lot of time. And we all have very limited time. So in starting a business, yes, business plans are very important, but making a business plan could take a long time. In that case, take hold of a piece of paper, and any business in the world, you could just draw it on a piece of paper. And the reason why they're called lean canvases or business model canvases, it shows you where are the different important things about your existing business. Because the business model, if it's not working out, your business will surely fail. A lot of businesses previously failed because their business model was not foolproof. Now, let's talk about how to identify problems. Like, businesses should be built finding a problem. What problem am I here to solve? If we are hungry here, let's say it's very cold, then someone should come and start offering teas or coffee. However, you need to also understand if your customers are willing to pay for it. Now, if you're offering a service, a lot of the time, what many of us does is, let's say someone could cook at their home, or maybe when they're a migrant, they used to cook very well, and they're starting a small business, trying to cook at their home after maybe getting a food business license and everything. But let's say people, once they invite their friends, they're coming and having the food. But as soon as you say, one container, $10, nobody's ordering anymore. So that's one of the other big problems in starting a business. You have to test. So that's something that we call a minimum viable product, MVP. Whenever you're starting a business, once you have a plan, test it. For example, you can see in my place, I started a butcher shop, and also I have a food business that's called Souta. So in the butcher shop, what did I do is, when I first started it a long time ago, there was no halal butcher in Tasmania. And one of the things that I did is, after getting food business license and everything, also we had the option to do a lot of hard work, like bring a lot of fridges and this and that to run the business fully operational. What I did is, I negotiated with the real estate agent and said, I'm going to take it for a short time. I'll just test a few things and then I would go for a long lease. And during that time, I started marketing in my own communities. 5 kilos of beef, $45, I'll deliver everywhere. And try to understand where the customers are there. Because then I have a second plan. If things don't work out, I have an exit plan. Whereas if I had invested hundreds and thousands of dollars, and if the plan didn't work out, what would happen? I'll be stuck in a business that loses money. None of us want that. Even for the food business, what I did is after I started established business, Tasmanian Prime Meat, I started putting some ad every now and then. Those of you who shop with us, like our Facebook page, might have seen it. That would you want to see this? Would you want to see that? Would you want this type of food? We're trying to keep communicating with our customers and try to understand what sort of food they want. And then we started this Turkish charcoal place, which is Souta. And in this particular place, if you go and eat, we ask you a few things. Have you done something good today? And if they say yes, we ask what? And sometimes they say, we helped this person, we were nice to this person, we gave somebody a blanket when they needed it. And I said, because you've done something good, you will get a huge discount. However, if you say no, you have to pay more. So this interesting business just opened like a week or so. It was already on ABC radio. Already every time we are open only from 6 to 12 for the time being. We're doing tests. We're changing the menu every now and then, and we're understanding what works and what doesn't work. And most of the nights were fully booked. Actually, yesterday, I think almost 20 people came and they left because they couldn't get a seat. And it's a 22-seater in Muna. And after the month, we'll look at all the data. How much does it cost to prepare this? What are the challenges involved? And how we could cater a menu that still people are going to come, and how to engage the community. The community needs to come and support you if you're starting a business. If you have a one-time customer, that's good. If it's a high-value business where the margins are very big, it's just like selling a house. Now, if you sold, let's say, 50 houses to 50 families, that's enough. You don't need anything else. But if you're selling a coffee for $5 every day, where you're making $2 a dollar, just 1-2 customers coming every once in a while is not good enough. You have to keep running it so that your customers come to your place every day, if not every week. So that you have a recurring revenue model. Something is like a cash cow, you're just milking, but you have to first start it. So these are the few things that you have to consider once you try to scale up. And that's why the initial principle is build. Try to make a small business like a small model. For example, let's say you could get an ABM, you could get a few items about how to do lawn mowing, try to spread the word and say, well, next time if you like it, like my Facebook page, give a review on Google Maps and refer to the next person so that next time you'll get $10 of credit, or maybe your friend gets $10 of discount. You start something. And then after a while you measure. How is it performing? Are you actually making money or are you actually bleeding money? What adjustment needs to be made, and then build again. So build, measure, learn, and then again build. That's how you should be starting a business. With the current modern days, business should be very much data informed. You should be able to look at the numbers, and you should be able to make informed decisions. It's not just gut that you will be working. Another very important thing, although my previous speaker, he's doing everything by himself, that's good for sole trading, consulting businesses. However, in most of the businesses, another important thing is build a strong team. Delegate work, outsource the work. Not everybody could do everything. I'm not the best butcher, that's why I'm not in the shop. The best butcher is working in the shop if you're looking for good quality meat. When we first started, we did on our very first week 3 or 4 lambs, maybe half a cattle, and maybe 150 chicken. This week until yesterday, just in 7 days, I have sold 72 lambs, and I have sold 6 cattle and 2.5 tons of chicken, just in my butcher shop. Because we started, we learned, we took risks, but risks that are manageable. If my business would go off, 2 or 3 lambs I've lost, that's fine. But at that stage, I couldn't afford to lose money on 70 lambs. But then slowly we scaled up. We now have 2 businesses, one in Hobart, one in Launceston, 16 people working in 2 butcher shops. And last year we did 1.7 million in sales. So it's a small business, but it's probably one of the busiest butcher shop you will ever see. And then always be humble, always be connected with your customers because they are your greatest asset. If you try to get consultants, they will charge you, but this is your customers who's going to come, shop at you, spend some money, and often would spare some words of wisdom. Things that if you actually consider could really make a big difference. Like I could see some of my customers here sitting who have often helped me a lot that they don't even know. They said, please do this, please do that. What we do is at the end of the week, me and my business partner will sit together and decide, well, these recommendations have come. What can we do? Another important thing, don't do everything yourself. Like I have a business partner whose job is to identify what licenses are required, because once you start a business, licenses, permits, like construction permit from the city council, food business license, many steps you have to jump over. There is ABN, tax, then you have to manage payroll. I can do this. So I found someone who's good in doing that and said, you do this, you don't like talking, you don't like seeing people, let me deal with the customers. Let me deal with my suppliers. And let me deal with maybe the overall marketing. Another thing, when you're doing that business, try not to be shy. A lot of good consultants, a lot of good people in this industry have said the CEO should not be in the office. The CEO should be going out, making more businesses, finding more opportunities, and trust the team that you're leaving behind. Every now and then come, set realistic KPIs that this needs to be achieved on a regular basis. If those KPIs are not being met, then come and see why. What went wrong? Where could we have changed? Then make those policies and lead the team. Don't involve there all the time. A lot of people, they spend a lot of money in buying businesses and basically they get stuck in a 9-to-5 job. Whereas a business is not like gardening. Like you have your own garden, if you're not watering, if you're not doing this, your plants will die. You have to think, well, I'm not the best person for gardening. I probably would get a gardener, pay him a bit of money and he could do the rest. I could still make money on something else. That's how you should be thinking about the business. So, few steps, 30 days business, what you should do, get a business model canvas or a lean canvas, whatever you could find, sit with your business partners, try to understand what value you're offering for what customers, what relationship you're going to build with them. There are lots of good YouTube videos out there regarding this business model canvas, how to do it. You could do it for Uber, you could do it for McDonald's, any business model that you could think of, you would draw in this one A4 size paper. And then where the money is going to come from, how your business is going to be unique, what key activities and resources are very important. For example, this time when I started this other food business, Souta, one of the things, because I didn't go through this, just one day I thought I'm going to put steaks on the menu. And steak was on the menu and people loved it. And then the customers came and pointed out one of the flaws in my business model. Well, the food was excellent, but there was no sauce and no steak in this. So the very next day, I started making steak sauce, and I tried to compensate them because they were giving me advice. Maybe you get a steak for half price. You might think, oh, I'm losing money. Actually, not. If a customer would come and pay full price without the steak knife, without the sauce, that customer will never come back. But if you actually talk to the customers, well, thank you very much for your feedback. Actually, it was a mistake from our end. Acknowledge what you have done wrong. What you should do is, I want you to, the steak is on the house. Don't worry about it. Oftentimes, customers being, oh, no, you take the money. No, I couldn't do it. 50% off. Okay, that's the deal. Try to keep your customers because the customers will keep your business. So take those feedbacks, implement those changes, scale up, and every now and then try to research what else is happening in the market, what other gaps are there, and then let it go. And that's how you start a business and keep running. Thank you very much.